Good afternoon. My name is Eric Simpkin. It's come to my attention that the New Jersey Department of Education has declared the month of January each year New Jersey Muslim Heritage Month. They provide a lot of insight and information so that teachers and educators can get information on how to uh, include the Muslim community in the educational curriculum that our students are exposed to. On December 30th this month, on the second night of Hanukkah, the Muslim Heritage Month proclamation will be made by Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And this came from the website of GCLEA. It's the local mosque in Cherry Hill. And they are a part of the Council for American Islamic Relations. It's basically an anti-Semitic organization started by the Muslim Brotherhood out of Egypt in the late 60s and early 70s. I took a few minutes just to take a look at some of the About Us information on their website, as well as the staff. John Starling is the executive director. He's been there since 2011, and this mosque opened in 2010. John is the imam at this mosque. And next, you're going to see some of his teachings about post-October 7th in Israel.
Brothers and sisters, something very ironic about this whole situation. Something extremely ironic. Before our very eyes, we've been watching a community go from being the victim to the victimizer. A people who were run out of their homes have run people out of their homes. A people who were once held in concentration camps have created a concentration camp in Gaza and the occupied Palestinian territories. A people who were once lined up and shot one family at a time because of their ethnicity, they have lined up and shot families because of their ethnicity. A people who were subject to genocide have become the perpetrators of a Holocaust against the Palestinian people. And I'm not dramatizing this situation. I'm not inflating facts. If you don't believe me, or you don't want to believe the Palestinians and their story for whatever reason, all you have to do is look at any respected and reputable human rights organization to see the studies and the reports. Go to Amnesty International, Human Rights Coalition. Go and look, and you'll see that information for yourself. It is as clear as the day is long. This is what we need to be doing next. While we're grieving, unfortunately, we don't have the time to wait. The time is right now. What we need to be doing is amplifying the voices of the oppressed. We need to be sharing the truth with our fellow Americans, the truth of these atrocities, these crimes against humanity that have been committed under our nation's watchful eye. Brothers and sisters, we live in an age of information. And each and every one of us has a role to play in sharing that information. It's time to speak up, and it's time to speak out. It's not time to cower and be afraid. We have to use the tools that we've all grown to love and enjoy, like Facebook, like Instagram, like TikTok, like your Twitter or your X account, like your emails. We need to share more than the meals that we just ate and the vacation pictures that we just took. Brothers and sisters, you should notice that the narrative, it is shifting. People are taking note of the atrocities, of the crimes, of the genocide, of the occupation. People are beginning to take note of that. The narrative is shifting. And it's a shift that is happening because people on the ground have been able to get their stories out using a simple cell phone and an internet connection. Each and every one of us have that. Each and every one of us have that. Even the Prophet ﷺ knew how important communication to the masses was. He had a poet and an orator that were dedicated to supporting his mission, and they would deliver their words in a way that people consumed during that time. They consumed that type of content, public addresses and poetry, and so they were out there supporting the cause. And because of this mass sharing of accurate information, brothers and sisters, we are now seeing major news outlets apologize for misinformation. They're having to apologize for misinformation, and we're seeing politicians forced to walk their stories back because we can no longer be duped. You no longer control access to information. We no longer will be duped by a few media outlets that are the mouthpieces of the oppressors, that are the mouthpieces of the administration. We are approaching a tipping point. But we have to reach the summit before momentum will build and it will blow the thing wide open. We have to reach that summit. And our role here, right now, in this fight, it's not with guns and ammunition, but it's with information. Our role here is not inflicting bumps and bruises that will heal in a day or two, but changing policy and seeing to long-lasting change. Be keen on what benefits you. Look for the things of benefit. Utilize the tools that help the cause. Seek help from Allah and do not see yourself as being incapable. It's not the time for complacency. So we ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant victory to the oppressed and that He liberate our brothers and sisters in Palestine. We ask that He protect us from those who seek to harm us and to continue to pardon and guide. Allahumma yassir wa la tu'asir wa tammim bil khair wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa akhiru da'wana.
כל עוד בלבב ונימה נפש יהודי הומייה ולפתל מזרח קדימה עין לציון סופיה עוד לא עבדה תקוותנו התקווה בשנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ
ישראל, אנחנו במלחמה, לא במבצע, לא בסבבים, במלחמה. הבוקר חמאס מנחה מלחמת ספר הצבאי נגד מדינת ישראל ונגד אזרחיה. אנחנו בתוך זה בשעות הבוקר המוקדמות. כינסתי את ראשי מערכת הביטחון. הנחיתי קודם כל לטהר את היישובים מהמחבלים שחדרו פנימה. הפעולה הזאת מתבצעת בשעות הללו. במקביל הוריתי לבצע גיוס מילואים נרחב ולהשיב מלחמה שערה בעוצמה ובהיקף שהאויב לא הכיר. האויב ישלם מחיר שהוא לא ידע מותו. אני קורא בינתיים לכל אזרחי ישראל להישמע בקפדנות להנחיות הצבא, להנחיות פיקוד העורף. אנחנו במלחמה ואנחנו ננצח בה.